Guys, Will here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're reviewing the all-new 2025 Buick Enclave Preferred.
And a big thanks to Jordan and the rest of the management and staff here at Rivard Buick and GMC in Brandon, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to our inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out and ask for Jordan.
And for those of you guys who don't know, the Enclave has been Buick's mid to full-size three-row SUV since 2008. The third generation Enclave that you see here is all new this year for 2025, featuring a ground-up redesign for the interior, exterior, and powertrain. We already reviewed and loved the 2025 Chevy Traverse, but in its top RS trim level, far more expensive than what we have here. The 2025 Enclave is available in 3 trim levels, all coming standard with this 328 horsepower 2.5 liter turbo, ranging from the $45,000 Preferred that we have here up to the $58,000 Avenir. What else do we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So in the base trim level that we have here, we get a standard 360 camera, standard upgraded sound system, and standard third zone climate control. This is an unbelievably loaded SUV at the $45,000 price point. The front styling, of course, ground up redesign, and for this preferred trim level, we get a little bit of aluminum trim. It's sort of reflective, so I guess I would call it a shiny chrome, but it looks good. Made it with this $450 blue metallic paint color. We get the dual projector LEDs and an LED daytime running light up top. Although we do get a forward-facing camera here and a 360, we don't get front parking sensing on the base preferred trim level. Not really a big deal. The forward-facing camera is far more important, in my opinion, than the front parking sensors. The wheel and tire setup, we get these gray metallic 20-inch rims wrapped in Continental Cross Contact LX Eco Plus all-season tires. The dimensions are 255/55 R20. The 55 series sidewall should keep the ride quality extremely plush. And we'll see how these pretty wide 255 wide tires put this very powerful turbocharged 4-cylinders power to the ground. We get a little bit of plastic cladding leading from the front bumper area for the wheel wells and rocker panel side skirt area. We get a body color mirror with a two-tone contrast LED turn signal on it and a camera on it to help us out with the 360. We get some aluminum trim for the window trim, blacked out pillars, and aluminum roof rails. No panoramic moonroof here on the base model. We get 4-door smart access. Hopefully you guys can pick up something here on the window sticker for this 2025 Enclave Preferred with the ocean blue metallic paint color, 2.5 liter turbo, ebony leatherette interior, and it feels just like the real thing, and an 8-speed automatic transmission. Base price exactly at $45,000 bucks. Hopefully you guys can pick up the standard features. It is unbelievably loaded, even with the advanced safety features. $495 for the ocean blue metallic, $1395 for the destination charge, totaling us out a tick under $47,000 bucks. 23 miles per gallon, 20 in the city, 27 on the highway. We'll recenter this camera. I'll take a step back. Hopefully you guys can pick up the side profile on this all-new redesigned mid to full size 2025 Buick Enclave. A lot of cars over there starting up. We'll wrap up this exterior portion of this vehicle. The gas cap is push to open with easy fill. Chevy says you can use regular fuel here for this 2025 Enclave, but as always, with turbocharged power plants, I would recommend going with a higher octane fuel. You get the same rear wheel and tire setup. The only difference is a smaller brake caliper, LED taillights, turn signals, and reverse lights. Chrome Enclave logo in the left corner. Shout out Rivard Buick GMC in Brandon, Florida for helping make this review possible. We get Buick's updated logo with the red, white, and blue icon, LED third brake light up top. Chrome Buick logo in the left corner, full rear parking sensing. The reverse lights are part of the bumper. The cover for the trailer hitch. This SUV is rated to tow 5,000 pounds, pretty competitive with the segment. I like the exhaust tip styles. Speaking of the exhaust tips, let's fire up this 2.5 liter turbo 4-cylinder and hear how she sounds. All right guys, that was the sound of the 2.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder sold by Buick for the 2025 Enclave, and it sounds okay, cranking out a lot of power though at 328 horsepower, 326 pound-feet of torque, made it to an 8-speed automatic transmission. You can expect 0 to 60 in the low to mid 6-second range, so definitely a quick performer, and as you'll see in the interior, absolutely loaded for the price point. Appreciate the hydraulic struts, but what you see is basically what we get. We can shut this hood right down, take a step inside, and see what we get in the interior of probably the most loaded SUV, 3-row SUV at the $45,000 $1,000 base price point. We'll set the lights or make sure the lights are at auto. Up top you get leatherette stitching with white contrast, some faux wood in the center, and aluminum up top. Aluminum door handle, lock and unlock, power folding mirrors. Auto one touch for the driver, auto one touch for the way down for the passengers, but you got to press and hold to lift them back up. Gushy soft leather armrest. This is a really comfortable interior here. Just hard plastic down below, electronic trunk release, and the 12-speaker Bose premium audio system standard on the preferred trim. Pretty solid storage. You'll stack 2 footlongs on top of each other in a 24-ounce water bottle. Aluminum Buick nameplate. As we step inside, we get the black leatherette seats, but could have fooled me. They feel just like the real thing, and they smell pretty much like real leather as well. White contrast, fully adjustable. You get lumbar control. You can recline, drop, lift, and slide the front seats. But taking a step inside, we can really check it out. So foot on the brake, engine start, stop, and everything fires right to life. So first thing we notice are these dual screens, or one single 30-inch screen, and it is impressive. Completely transforming the look of this interior. And speaking of look of this interior, this steering wheel is thick. Like BMW M levels of thick. Unfortunately, no 10 and 2 bolstering notches, but the 9 and 3 feels okay. The horn is rubberized. The horn itself, really loud and aggressive. People should be definitely getting out of your way. We'll do a window check, see if we get dual panes. We do get dual panes. Should be a very quiet interior, very impressive for a base preferred trim. We also get paddle shifters. We'll see if it controls the transmission or the low gear. Previously, for the larger SUVs or trucks from Chevy, the paddle shifters only control the low gear. On the left side, we get our cruise control settings, low gear, as we mentioned, forward collision alert. On the right side, we have our heated steering wheel, song adjustments, adjustments for the infotainment. You hang up and answer your phone call. Speaking of infotainment adjustments, you can press it and access our map at all times, and it's a really high resolution display, so you'll never have to take your eyes off the road to see where you're going. And you also get the icon for your speed in the left corner. Tack down below, fuel level, pretty low on fuel, but it just said 55 miles when I was driving it before, so I'm not necessarily super worried. We get the gear indicator to the right of it. The turn signal stocks have a satisfying click. We get auto headlamps and high beams. On the right side, we get our gear selector, also new for 2025. We can check out the backup camera, high resolution. We get guidance lines and trajectory with an over-the-top 360. Not the largest overall display. You can also check out your overhead and see guidance lines and trajectory. That's convenient if you're in the city, with a side view as well, so you don't have to worry about scuffing up these 20-inch rims. You throw it back into park, we return right back to the previous screen. You can access your map, of course, from the touchscreen as well. We're just gonna have to put in some information because we're in the guest profile. But there's a Google Maps display, probably one of the best in the business when it comes to resolution. The response also top-notch premium, just like an iPhone. Huge thumbs up from GM. We can recenter it, and for the infotainment, we can check out what else we have. We have advanced safety features, and right back where we started. To the left of the steering wheel, we have a tilt and telescoping function for interior brightness. You can turn off your auto engine start stop. Auto hold for the electronic parking brake, and our drive mode selector. Our drive modes include Tour, Sport, and Snow and Ice. We'll start the review off in Tour, try out Sport, and just see what the differences are. We get stitching for the dashboard, hood latch release, hopefully you get a good look at the pedals. Up top, you get more of that aluminum faux wood trim, soft touch for the entire dashboard, and stitching for the top part of it. This is a really premium interior. Dual zone automatic front climate control with a third zone climate out rear, more stitching, USB A and C port, volume and tune dial, a little bit of storage, nice spot for a key. Wireless phone charging pad. You'll fit 24 to 32 ounce bottles with a pass-through. Nice soft leatherette armrest with white contrast stitching, and it's spacious. We get a 2-tier storage area. You'll fit probably 3 or 4 phones, wallets in there. You'll probably fit 6 1-liter bottles of soda in that bottom portion. The glove box, if I call that the glove box, I apologize. Center console. The glove box is hard plastic for the outside of it. It's damp, not lined with felt, but massive. You're fitting 30, 35 license plates in there. Easily fitting 3 pairs of shoes. Not a frameless rear view mirror, but it is auto dimming. Get our voice commands, OnStar and SOS. Hazards too. The interior lights are LED. Sunglass holder. Oops, there we go. That's about it though, guys, for the front seat of this 2025 Buick Enclave Preferred. As you guys can see, it is a loaded SUV for the money. I do wish it came with all-wheel drive, but for the money still, 46, 47,000 bucks after destination. We can all agree that this is a lot of SUV for the money, at least in this current market. Up top, you still get the leather stitching. It's a dual tier with contrast. That's not something you're really getting from anything in the competition at this price point. You get the aluminum beneath it, aluminum door handle, that faux aluminum wood trim, and a gushy soft armrest. As you mentioned, it's auto one touch for the way down. You got to press and hold for the way back up. You'll stack 2 footlongs on top of each other, a little bit of extra storage up top, additional one of your Bose speakers. We get captain's chairs for the second row and pretty solid third row seating that we'll check out in 1 second. Plastic step-in plate with a blank aluminum nameplate. Taking a step inside, I'm a little bit over 6 feet tall, sitting behind my seat settings, and I still have about a foot of knee room, headroom, no moonroof, so I got like 5 inches of it. If you're under 7 feet tall, I'd expect you to sit in the back of this 2025 Enclave with no problem. We'll see if the seats recline back any further. Nope, this is as far back as it goes. I mentioned a 3rd zone climate control and air vents that blow directly into your face. Interior lights are LED. The captain's chairs have armrests, and they're pretty wide. You can easily fit full-size arm. You get mat pockets behind both the front seats, 2 cup holders. You'll fit 24-ounce bottles. Grab handles so older or smaller passengers won't have any issue hopping inside of this pretty large mid to full size SUV. A little bit of storage down below as well. I apologize for the glare. The sun's hitting this SUV at a weird angle. That's about it though for the second row. Let's hop out into the third row, see how much space is offered back there. Check out the cargo space, and then take this 2025 Enclave out for a drive. So right back to where the seats were. My knees are starting to get pretty close, but as you see, there is a ton of room for the second row passenger to compromise. They slide an inch or 2 up, they'll still have 6-7 inches of knee room, and I'll have plenty of room as well. But still, with the captain's chairs, it allows me to poke my leg through and have a lot more space than I would if this was just a solid bench for the second row. The materials back here is just hard plastic, but to be expected. Decently large window, an additional air vent that blows directly into your face. That's a premium touch. I'm sure if you're going to be carrying adults or kids back here, they'll definitely appreciate those third row air vents. At this price point, I've said it countless times already during this review, but I'm sure most of you agree with me by now. This is a ton of SUV for the money. You can sit 3 people back here. There's 3 seat belts, but if you got 2 big boys like me, 200-pounders in the third row, you're probably not going to fit another adult in the middle. You should be able to fit a smaller kid, but if you have somebody that's like 120, 130-pound adults on each side, you'll easily fit a third adult in the center as well. That's about it though, guys, for the second row, or third row, I apologize, guys, of the 2025 Buick Enclave Preferred. Let's hop out into the cargo space, see how much space is offered back there, with the third row up and third row down, and then take this 2025 Enclave out for a drive. So you press the button, it gives you about 2-3 seconds to get out of the way, so if you have grocery bags in your hands, you don't have to worry about really getting doofed in the head. And as you guys see, with the third row up, there's still a lot of cargo space back here. I'll leave a link, show you what it is with the third row up, third row down, and with the second row folded down. There's a lot. Secret storage is also massive. Looks like you got drain plugs in there. You'll fit probably 2 carry-on suitcases, 4 or 5 backpacks. That is massive. If you're going to keep the third row permanently up and you're going to be carrying 5-6 people with you at all times, I'd recommend removing this tray and accessing an additional 2 to 3 cubic feet of cargo space. We can fold these third row seats down. It's not electric, wouldn't be expected at this price point. Finally, we found a feature that we do not get on this already loaded vehicle. It doesn't go up down all the way because the seat is reclined a little bit too far back. But as you see, it is a large trunk. We get hooks, tie downs if you want to run kayaks or anything with the trunk open. That's about it though, guys, for the cargo space. We can drop this trunk, press the button, gives you about a second to get out of the way, so again, you don't have to worry about getting doofed in the head. That's about it though, guys, for the inside and outside of this all new, surprisingly loaded base 2025 Buick Enclave Preferred. For the money, I think this might be the nicest 3-row SUV that I've reviewed on this channel. Not just when it comes to how loaded it is, I really like the redesign. It's a good looking SUV. Let me know in the comments section what you guys think. But performance-wise, it's also really powerful, very significant increase in power compared to 2024, especially for the torque figure. And speaking of that, let's take this 2025 Buick Enclave out for a drive and see what it's got. All right, guys, now we're just about seeing everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the all-new 2025 Buick Enclave Preferred. Let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. My first impression is the steering wheel not only feels great in your hand, even in tour mode, it has surprisingly good response. It's not heavy by any means. It's actually a very light steering rack. At slow speeds, it gives you a little bit of heft, but once you're moving, it's really light, but it still gives you a really predictable feel throughout the turn process. GM in general has been doing an excellent job when it comes to their steering racks. Great ride quality. The 55 series sidewalls, 100% help. So smooth over the small bumps, over the big speed bumps. Very comfortable. You barely even feel it. The isolation when it comes to sound, also excellent. Throttle response is good for the turbo. Good mid-range. It's only about a third throttle. Not bad. Brakes feel really good. You try it out in sport mode. See what changes up. Okay, sport. Steering, yeah, it's a little bit heavier actually. Throttle, a little bit more sensitive on the gas. Woo! Traction control, that second gear really starts to rip. They limit you in first gear because it's only front wheel drive. I do wish they added an all-wheel drive system, but they limit you in first gear, and I understand why. They can try out real world turning radius and body roll test. Pretty limited for when it comes to body roll. Turning radius is sharp, really sharp. You can take a step back out here on the gas. Woo! Quick shifts. Yeah, this second gear is money. They limit you a little bit in first gear, and I understand why. This is a powerful, powerful SUV. And it's quiet. You're just cruising along. You barely even hear anything. Brakes feel great. Turning is good. Good handling. Sport mode's more aggressive. I'd recommend just leaving it in normal mode for daily driving, tour mode. Sport, it's fun to show off to your friends. Feels a little bit better with the steering, but outside of that, it's a more enjoyable drive, more comfortable experience in normal. With just front wheel drive, sport mode's a little bit too sensitive too, so it gives you a little bit more noticeable wheel spin, whereas in tour mode, it's a little bit less sensitive, so a little bit less likely to get that ridiculous wheel spin. Maybe take a step out here, lean into it about halfway, regular highway entrance. Ooh, powerful. Yeah, you look down and you are moving and just cruising along at highway speeds. The dual pane windows keep this car so ridiculously quiet. At highway speeds, the steering does start to get a little bit floaty. Not bad, but a little bit more floaty compared to how it is at lower speeds. But at lower speeds, the steering just feels really good. Brakes still feel great. Yeah, guys, I'm really liking this SUV. I wish it had standard four-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, whatever. It's still really good with just a front-wheel drive, especially if you're in like a warm climate. You don't expect wheel spin very frequently. Like, this is a powerful power plant, and it's such a quiet platform. You get the Bose premium audio system, 360-degree camera, so much space, usable space for 6 to 7 full-size adults, and in my opinion, really good looks. GM knocked this new platform out of the park. Outside of the all-wheel drive, I have absolutely zero complaints with this SUV. The price point is fantastic. The level of loadedness, the options and features, fantastic. I really don't think you're going to be able to beat this value for the price point. And if you're looking for a luxury three-row SUV under 50,000 bucks, around the $45,000 base price point, and you want to maximize the options and features, this is the best that you're going to get available today. And a big thanks to Jordan and the rest of the management and staff here at Rivard Buick and GMC in Tampa, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to your inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out, and that's for Jordan. And a huge thanks to all you guys for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel is just not possible without you, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too. It really helps me out, the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment. Let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you want to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.